Some strange things started to happen in my neighborhood over the summer. First, it was little things, like when my dad's car keys and money from his wallet kept going missing. I assumed it was my teenage brother who'd stolen them so that he could go out joyriding with his friends and buy some beer and cigarettes. It wouldn't have been the first time. Next, my neighbor, Mr. Hawkins' dog went missing. I didn't think much of it at the time. I figured it probably ran away or had gotten run over by a car and was lying flat as a pancake on the side of the road somewhere. Then all of the neighborhood pets began to disappear. Okay, even I have to admit, that's pretty weird. But the event that altered my entire existence is the night that my little brother vanished. The carnival was in town and my mom was excited because she was taking my little brother Brian for the first time. I've been to the carnival too many times to count because my parents have been taking me every summer since I was 3. I hadn't planned on going even though Brian had been begging me for the past week. But at the last minute, I decided to go so that I could meet up with my friend Alex. It was the beginning of summer break and most of my friends were away on vacation. Alex and I were the only two still in town and I was excited to hang out and spend some alone time with her. When we arrived at the carnival, I was shocked when Mom said that we could go hang out and do our own thing as long as I called to check in every hour. Mom is super overprotective, but it seemed like lately she was trying to give me a little more freedom. I just turned 13 a week earlier and Dad bought me a cell phone for my birthday. I was ecstatic because I had been begging for one for the last 6 months. I'd been on my best behavior, got good grades, and even did all of my chores every day without Mom having to remind me 10 times. I knew it was only a matter of time before Dad cracked, but Mom was as stubborn as a mule. I hated that she still treated me like I was a baby. She even walked with me and my friends to the bus stop every day, claiming that she was trying to get in her morning exercise. It was so embarrassing. All of my friends teased me about it. Well, everyone except Alex. Alexandria Walker, who everyone calls Alex for short, is my best friend. I don't know any other boy who would actually admit that a girl is their best friend, but we have a lot in common. So anyways, I met up with Alex at the front entrance where you purchase your wristband to ride all of the rides. My little brother asked if he could tag along with the two of us. I prayed my mom wouldn't make me take him and was happy when she told him no, that he had to stay with her. When Alex noticed that I was wearing the jean jacket that she had gotten me for my birthday, her face lit up with a smile. "You look nice," I told her. She was wearing a long dress that stopped at her ankles and it had sunflowers all over it. The sunflowers were the exact same color as her hair. Her toenails were even painted yellow to match her dress. She thanks me and then we head towards the Ferris wheel. Alex was a little frightened to ride it, and frankly, so was I, but I didn't tell her that. While waiting in line, we talk about our plans for the summer. She was taking a trip to Greece with her grandparents in August, and I told her that my only plans were to relax and play video games. Then I remembered, oh yeah, my family is going on a cruise in July. Once it was our turn to ride, we get settled in our seat, then the ride starts and keeps stopping every few seconds so that the next group can get to their seats. When we reach the top, Alex gets really nervous because she's afraid of heights. I nonchalantly place my arm around her shoulders and gently squeeze her, promising it will be okay. A minute later, the ride commences, and once we are moving at a steady pace, it isn't so bad. I enjoy watching the wind blow through her hair and hearing her gleeful giggles each time the wheel spins back up to the top. Next, Alex wants some cotton candy, so we head over to the food area. I decide that I'm going to have a funnel cake instead. The cotton candy is too sweet for me. Of course, that means waiting in 2 separate lines, which takes forever. After I get my funnel cake, we head over to the table, searching for an empty one, and Alex asks, "What time is it? I have to meet up with my parents at 10 o'clock. I pull out my cell phone, trying to look all cool. Then I realize that I have 2 missed calls from my mom. I had been having such a good time with Alex that I forgot to check in. I tell her that it is 9 o'clock and then proceed to call my mom back. She's mad and worried. I tell her that we are fine, but she demands that she meet up with us to make sure we're okay. So I tell her where we are and then we sit down to wait. "Sorry," I say to Alex. I didn't know why my mom had to be so annoying. Alex could tell that I was aggravated, so she told me that it was no problem. A few minutes later, my parents arrived, dragging my little brother along behind them on his toddler leash. Mom insists we stay with them the rest of the time, but Dad somehow manages to divert her attention, and then he tells me, "Go on ahead, but make sure you don't forget to check in next time." Thinking back now to that moment, I wish I would have stayed with them. Maybe I could have done something to help save Brian. So next, Alex and I head to the photo booth to take some pictures. We take a bunch of goofy ones where we're making funny faces. When we exit the booth and retrieve the photos, I hand them all to Alex, but she rips the photo reel in half and hands some to me. I thank her and stuff them into my back pocket. I'd have to hide those where none of the guys would see. They tease me all of the time about having a crush on her. Of course, I always deny it. "Hey, look at these. Do you see that?" she asks, pointing to the photos. "It looks like someone is in the background of all of our pictures." I look closely, and there is definitely some sort of black figure behind us. I pull my photos out of my pocket and see the exact same thing. "That's so weird," Alex says, sounding a little nervous. I step back into the photo booth and thoroughly check behind the curtains, but find nothing. Maybe something's wrong with the camera. "Do you want to retake them?" I ask her. She grabs me by the hand and tells me, "No, it's okay. Come on." The carnival is getting ready to close soon, so we head over to the games next to try to win some prizes. As soon as we approach the first booth, Alex has her eye on a giant red and white stuffed panda bear. Red is her favorite color, and pandas are her favorite animal. The objective of the game is to throw a football through a hole and make it 3 times, but you only get 5 tries. Alex isn't really good at football, but I'm okay. I let Alex go first, and she fails miserably. I try not to laugh when she hits the kid who is running the booth right in the head. Her aim is horrible. She doesn't make any goals. I am pleasantly surprised when I make my first 3 shots in a row. When it is time to choose my prize, I pick the red and white panda, then hand it to Alex. "Here you go. It's for you trying so hard," I tell her with a laugh. She punches me in the shoulder, but happily accepts the prize with a huge smile. "Thank you," she tells me as she gives me a hug. It isn't the greatest hug because she's still holding the panda in her arms, so it kind of gets right in the middle of us, but the hug still causes me to blush a little. We begin to head towards the exit to meet up with our parents because the rides are all starting to close down. As we approach the exit, the parking lot is covered with police cars. Alex locates her parents right away and asks them what is going on. Her mom tells us that a kid got lost or something. They ask if I want them to wait with me until my parents get there, but I tell them that I'll be fine. After they leave, I pull out my phone and notice several missed calls from my mom. It wasn't even time for me to check in again yet. I call to tell her that I'm at the front gate waiting for them, but she doesn't answer. Next, I try to call my dad, and when he picks up, I hear panic in his voice. He asks me, "Where are you?" Instantly looking around at all of the cop cars, I hope that my mom hasn't called the police and reported me missing just because I didn't answer my phone. That would be the ultimate embarrassing moment. "I'm at the front gate. Can we meet up here?" I ask him. He completely ignores my question and frantically asks, "Have you seen your brother?" I reply, "No, I thought he was with you." Dad responds, "He was, but he's gone. We can't find him anywhere." He tells me where he and Mom are, and as I run over there, I think, how could they possibly have lost him? Mom had him on one of those toddler leashes. When I finally locate them in the back next to the carousel, they tell me that apparently the leash broke, or so they had thought. The police inform us that it had actually been cut. We search the area for hours, but leave empty-handed. Mom is beside herself, and Dad tries to stay strong, but as soon as we reach the car, his face floods with tears. I'm just in shock. I can't believe that this is happening. A few days later, when all of my friends return from vacation, we make a pact. They promise me that we will get to the bottom of this and find out what happened to my little brother. Subscribe for a new story Mondays, Wednesdays, and don't forget Saturdays. See you next time on
Gino's Nightmare.
Really? You're supposed to click the like button, not me. Ugh.